Hello, welcome to the channel, and in today's video we are going to be doing a Space Marine 2 weapons tier list. Let's get straight into it. Now, starting off with the auto bolt rifle, this thing is going to be C tier. It's not the worst weapon in the game, it's definitely not the best weapon in the game. Again, it's outclassed by the bolt carbine. Its base damage was increased, but it just doesn't help its case. It's what's it called? Its perk loadout is, in my opinion, mediocre. It's nothing amazing. Again, it's just outclassed. It's unfortunate, that the reason is because it's outclassed by the bolt carbine. In my opinion, on like other weapons, it just does suck. But because I feel like this weapon genuinely should be B tier, A tier, but I don't think it ever will be. So it's unfortunately going to be C tier. Now the bolt carbine, it's an easy S tier. This thing shreds wherever the fuck it's shooting at. Especially against the Tyranids. This thing just slaps the Tyranids left, right, center, up, down, low, down, wherever you want to angle you want to shoot them from. It absolutely slaps them. Your contested health, it's gone. You get it back in an instant, right? This thing shoots like a motherfucker. It's just an amazing gun, man. And this is probably one of my favorite weapons in this game. It just feels so nice to use, especially the accuracy version as well when playing with tactical. Its boss damage is pretty good. Swarm clearing is good. Everything about this weapon is pretty damn good. Now we have the bolt pistol. Now the bolt pistol, in my opinion, is an S tier. Oh wait, no, I got it confused for a second. I got it confused. I thought it was a heavy bolt pistol, but no. Now, normal bolt pistol, like a regular bolt pistol, is probably D tier. It's absolutely trash. Like, if you use the bolt pistol and not the heroic one, you have problems. Probably go to the doctor and get yourself checked out, because that weapon is absolute dog shit. Now heroic, probably A tier. Now I'm gonna put it in honor of the the heroic one, because no one's gonna use the fucking normal bolt pistol, right? So let's just say the normal, the heroic one is gonna be an A tier. The only thing it struggles with is ammo, in my opinion, and I just feel like the heavy bolt pistol and the plasma pistol are just better, but it's definitely an upgrade than the bolt pistol. And it's good to have. Its gun strike damage is pretty good. I kind of wish, like, with the gun strike, all 3 of your rounds did damage, but unfortunately not. Maybe that would be lovely voice crack. That would have been maybe a little bit too OP, but still very, very good. An upgrade from the normal bolt pistol, and it's going to be an easy A tier. Now the bolt rifle with the grenade launch is going to be S tier, in my opinion, our first S tier. And in my opinion, this weapon feels nice to use, man. And when it comes to dealing damage to bosses, this weapon shreds them with the right tactical perks. Absolutely demolishes whether the Carnivex. It absolutely slaps, right? Maybe it's going to be difficult with the Nero threat because it's going to be flying up in the air, and hence why you have the normal bolt rifle, and that's if you choose the accuracy one, you're going to be slapping up and that's the reason why this is going to be A tier. It just does damage to anything and everything. Only thing the bolt rifle does struggle with that I feel like the grenade launcher doesn't is its swarm clearing for minority enemies. The bolt rifle is better. Obviously it's a grenade launcher, but if we're talking about the normal bolt rifle, which in my opinion it's underrated, you should be using the accuracy one. I feel like not enough people use it. It's genuinely such a nice weapon to use. It feels so satisfying, dealing damage to whatever, just shooting them in the head. It's just so good. They're going to be dropping down really quickly, and it's a headshot multiplies at ×2, so you're going to be dealing damage to not only neurothropes, zone thropes, but also any Tyranids in the game. Hence why it's going to be an easy A tier. Again, the only thing it might struggle with is swarm clearing and possibly ammo. Your ammo can run low, but you should have Empress Vengeance, and it should take you there, right? Easy A tier. Now the bolt sniper rifle is just outclassed by the las fusel. The las fusel is just so much better than the bolt sniper rifle, and another reason why the las fusel is better than the bolt sniper rifle is you don't have to reload, right? With this one you do. So I'm probably going to go B tier. It's just the las fusel is just so much better. Now, it's not bad, but again, las fusel is so much better. You don't have to reload with this thing. It shoots really fast. And yeah, the only thing that the bolt sniper rifle does better is its charge up time. There's no charge up time for the bolt sniper rifle. There is for the las fusel. like, doesn't really matter, because if you're hitting your shots with the last fuse, you're gonna be two-shotting them. Like, doesn't matter what you're playing against. It's good for Chaos and Tyranids. I feel like the Bolt Sniper Rifle, when it comes to Chaos, isn't as good. But yeah, B tier for me. Now, Chainsword is going to be an A tier in my opinion. When it comes to swarm clearing, it's very good. The only thing, in my opinion, it does struggle with is probably dealing damage. You kind of have to do like a countless amount of shoulder bashes to take out an enemy, which is why, I feel like with like if you want the chainsaw to work out, I feel like the fencing version with the gun strike, armor segment, armor reinforcement is gonna work best in my opinion. And ever since I kind of feel like they nerfed the block block chainsaw, it just kind of doesn't hit the same. If you're comparing it to like the artificial one before, that one was just like that would S tier in my opinion. But obviously the block is is still good, better than what it was pre-patch or pre-patch, but better when they first nerfed the chainsaw, that it had like a +1 speed, which was absolutely atrocious. But it being a +4 does help it out now, and it's in S tier in my opinion. The only thing it does struggle with is swarm clearing. If you are going to use the block one, but fencing one should do just fine. Now the heavy bolt pistol is probably going to be S tier in my opinion. I absolutely love this thing. The only thing it might struggle with, in my opinion, is probably Chaos. It might struggle just a little bit, and you have the typical Tyranid Bone Sword warriors just blocking your shit. That can be a little bit of a problem because your melee contested health isn't as good as as normal regular weapons, which I'm pretty sure Saber Interactive are going to change, and they should change. And that might fuck you up time to time, but its headshot multiplier is good. You do a decent amount of damage to neurothropes, zone thropes, and whatever you hit in the head, really. I feel like it's just not as good against Chaos, and especially Chaos Spawn, because they do not have a headshot multiplier at the moment, which hence why I don't really like playing against the Chaos right now. And I don't do a whole lot of videos on the Chaos, but in my opinion, against Tyranids, it's very, very nice. Now the heavy bolt rifle is probably going to be C or B. I'm going to go B tier with this one. The main thing, or the main problem I have with this weapon is its damage. Its headshot multiplier should be like 1.5 or like 1.75. It's currently on a 1.35 with the range version, and I just feel like it's just not that good. I kind of feel like close range is not that great. Medium range is where you want to be at with this weapon. That's just the main problem with this. Like, its headshot multiplier is just not great, and like, I don't understand how the bolt rifle has a better headshot multiplier than heavy bolt rifle. How does that work? The heavy bolt rifle, in my opinion, should be doing well. Actually, no. Let me now. Okay. Let me just change that real quick, right? Maybe the headshot multiplier doesn't have to be better than the bolt rifle, but it should be at least on par, at least close to. You know what I mean? So, if you do want to make this weapon somewhat better, its headshot multiplier has to be better, whether that's the accuracy one, which in my opinion, it should be the accuracy one. Like, the accuracy one should be like a 1.4, 1.5. The range one should be like a 1.75 or something like that. I feel like it'll be like high B, maybe low B. But right now, it's going to be B. It's just mediocre. Now, the heavy bolter is probably going to be A tier. Now, when it comes to doing, boss damage, can I just move the server, please? When it comes to doing boss damage against Carnifexes, Neurothropes, it just slaps them, especially if you have a tactical on your team with the right perks. You're going to just be shitting on them. But I feel like the only problem this weapon does have is Minoru Swarms. When there's like a lot around you, you kind of have to wait for it to like charge up to shoot, and that might be, kind of problematic for you. But, dealing damage to, whatever enemy, you're going to do that damage nicely, right? Well, now, when it comes to Chaos, it's not as good, but still, good, but not as good as, against Tyranids, but it's still pretty good. Again, I just feel like Minoru Swarms might fuck you up a little bit, because you kind of have to, like, wait for it actually start, you know what I mean? I'm trying to say, like, it starts shooting quicker. That's why it's going to be high A tier, and Again, I just feel like other weapons, for example, like the heavy plasma, just outshadow it quite a lot. Just kind of outclassed, man. You know, it's just like an alternative. You'll need something other than the heavy plasma incinerator. Well, you have the heavy bolter, right? But the heavy plasma is just genuinely chef's kiss. It is just so nice to use, man. It slaps whatever the fuck it's in its way. Genuinely amazing. And the heroic one as well, it's good, but the main problem is its ammo capacity, ammo reserve is not that great, and you might run out of ammo quicker than you think, right? Because you're having fun, shoot, 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 and you just keep shooting them, and next you know, you run out of ammo. But you know, when it comes to like the normal, you know, a heavy plasma incinerator, you know, ammo is not as much of a problem as the heroic one, but you know, in my opinion, both are, you know, very good. Heavy plasma is just amazing, just absolutely shits on wherever the fuck is in its way, and that's easy as to, man. You can like kill enemies in like 2 charges. Again, just amazing. Now the last fusel is probably going to be like where should I put it? I'm just going to put it here. The last fusel is way better than the bolt sniper. Okay, maybe not way better, but it's better than the bolt sniper rifle. It feels so much better to use. You don't have to reload. It's just nice to use, man. And yeah, like you don't have to reload. Only thing that the bolt sniper rifle does better is you don't have a charge up. Then again, the last fusel like does, you know, still good. Now I don't know if the bolt sniper rifle is, I don't know how it plays against the chaos. I'm pretty sure it doesn't play as good as the last fusel. The last fusel is good against wherever you're playing against, right? Whether that's, you know, the Tyrannid's chaos, doesn't matter. The last fusel is there for you, and it will absolutely destroy, you know, majority of stuff. You know, like the main problem that the sniper rifles have in this game is boss damage. You have to hit them in the face if you want to do any sort of damage, right? Whether that's the bolt sniper rifle, last fusel, stalker bolt rifle, you have to hit them in the face, and if you do, you will deal a decent amount of damage. Now the melter rifle is either going to be high B or low A. I'm going to put out low B. Now some of you guys might hate me for this, but the reason why is, right, one, ammo does become a problem with this weapon, and genuinely I feel like it just does not do enough boss damage in this game. Like genuinely does not do enough boss damage in this game. And if you're especially doing a true solo, but you know, which I know the majority of the player base is not gonna do, but it just sucks. It's gonna take you like 10-15 minutes to take out Carnivex or whatever it may be, right? It just, boss damage is not there. If you want to do any sort of boss damage or damage in general, you have to take the range of, you know, version. But then again, you're sacrificing your ammo, which ammo is absolutely crucial when it comes to the melter weapons. So yeah, man, it's gonna be B for me. You know, swarm clearing is obviously amazing with this, but yeah, it's gonna be B for those reasons. Now the multi-melta is gonna be another S tier. It's literally a point and, you know, shoot weapon. You know, some of you might find, you know, the weapon boring because it's literally just that good. It clears whatever the fuck it's in its way. Only problem is boss damage again is not there. You have to take the range version if you want to deal damage, and for that you're going to be sacrificing ammo, and then, you know, like you're going to have to probably run the team perk, which is called additional supplies. But, you know, in my opinion, you know, encompassing a gist is just a lot better for your team. So yeah, that's the only problem I have with the melter weapons. Boss damage is literally non-existent, but other than that, the multi-melta is literally point and shoot. Just stand there, shoot. Swarms, whatever the hell, you know, clears. It's good against both, you know, chaos and Tyranids, so it's gonna be an easy S tier. Now, damn, I need some water or some shit, man. Now we have the Neo Volkite pistol. Now, is it the best pistol in the game? No. Is it the worst? No. It's probably gonna be like a B tier. It's nothing amazing, nothing spectacular. Yeah, it's just Neo Volkite, man. Swarm clearing, trash. You know, the Neo Volkite is not meant to be used for swarm clearing. You know, against like neurothropes, zoanthropes, you know, it does a decent amount of damage. You know what I mean? Because the more you shoot and the more you know what I mean, the more it stacks up and the more damage you're going to do. So yeah, it's nothing amazing, you know, if we're comparing it to like the the heroic bolt pistol or like the heavy bolt pistol, plasma incinerator. This thing, it's nowhere near their level. But if you want like a fun alternative, then your Volkite is, I guess, decent. Now, the Oculus bolt rifle, probably gonna be like B tier. You know, again, it's kind of outclassed by the bolt carbine. Its contested health is not as good when it comes to, you know, compared to like the bolt carbine or whatever. It's not as good. But if, you know, if I had to pick which variant, I would definitely choose the headshot multiplier 100%. And it's a ×2. It does feel good. You know, you can take out neurothromes, zone thromes fairly easily. Only downside is ammo. That is the problem. Ammo can be a little bit of a problem with this class. So yeah, it's gonna be B tier. Again, I just feel like it's kind of outclassed by the bolt carbine, bolt rifle, but again, it's a fun alternative to use. Now, I just realized I think we are missing a weapon. I think that's the instigator bolt rifle. Or bolt carbine, sorry, which I'll get into that. But yeah, probably, yeah, whatever, I forgot. Now the plasma incinerator. Now plasma incinerator is probably gonna be like A tier. Now the reason why I'm gonna, you know, do A tier is, one, if you know, with, you know, clearing out swarms and whatnot when they're, you know, walking around and whatnot, and like the majority of enemies are all like bunched up together, that is the perfect opportunity for you to just whoop all specs and just shoot them, because this does AoE damage with the charge up, and if you keep hitting them, it's gonna keep knocking them back, I'm pretty sure, and they're gonna go down like flies. The only problem I have with plasma pistols and the plasma incinerators, it's just normal R2, you know, no charge up, nothing, does literally no damage, 0 damage. For you to do any sort of damage, you have to charge it up. That's annoying, you know. And if you do charge up, it's gonna take like, I think like 5 bullets of 5 ammo. But that's like the problem, man. You know, it is good against both Tyranids and Chaos. It's just normal R2 attack does nothing. You're kind of forced to, you know, do charge attacks, and that might be, you know, that just kind of makes it, you know, fall down. And its rate of fire isn't as good as a plasma pistol, so gaining your contested health might be a little bit of a problem. But it's still a good weapon. It's fun to use. It's just, again, I feel like its normal R2 attack doesn't, or yeah, just does literally no damage, like 0 damage. Let me just take a little sip of this water, man. All right. Now, plasma pistol. Esther, now you can agree, disagree, whatever. If you think the heavy bolt pistol's better or the plasma, I think the heavy bolt pistol's better. At times, depends on the scenario. Plasma pistol is good. It can knock enemies back, and if you're choosing the rate of fire version, it can gain your contested health pretty quickly. And again, it's good against both Chaos and Tyranids. Its main problem is ammo. Ammo can be a little bit of a problem, especially if you're playing like Bulwark or Assault and you're just, you know, just always charging up. The ammo's gonna go down pretty quickly, and then you look down, there's no ammo left. That's the only problem I have with the plasma pistol. You just have to be conservative, and you know, I feel like at times you're kind of forced to do, you know, you're kind of forced to use your melee attacks because you don't want to use your ammo up, right? And if you got like a neurothrow boss fight or whatever, it can be like a little challenging because you know, you kind of have to use your ammo at that point. And then let's say you run out of ammo, you're gonna get in a contested health bag. You know, that's the only problem I have with it. But other than that, its damage is good, rate of fire is good, AoE is good, everything is good. So it's gonna be S tier, one of the best secondaries in the game. Now, Power Fist. Now I don't know where I would put it, but it's definitely S tier. This thing, the block version, very nice. You can one-shot enemies. You can one-shot extremist enemies as well with your block version, and it's just very nice to use. A lot of people do not like this weapon, and I understand it's not beginner friendly at all. So that that could be a downside, but nevertheless, it's still going to be an S tier, man. 100%. It feels nice to use. It's easy. You know, taking out enemies. Well, it's not easy to use, but yeah. And you kind of have to know what you're doing with this weapon, because you kind of have to know when to take hits and when to not take hits, and you know what I mean. But other than that, you know, it's good. It can clear swarms pretty, you know, nicely, I guess. And you know, dealing damage, it does that just fine. It's good against Tyranids and Chaos, and boss damage, amazing, genuinely amazing, especially against Neurothropes. Oh my days, oh my lord. And literally, when you like the Neurothropes just there doing this bubble attack and you're in the thing, charge up and watch the health just drop. And if you're like kind of on like an elevated surface, kind of somewhat near the Neurothrope, you can actually hit them, which I guess that's a plus. So easy as to. Now, power sword, in my opinion, it's better than the chainsword. Probably gonna go like here with it. It's better than the chainsword. Swarm clearing is better. You know, it's, you know, normal damage is better than the chainsword, and it's a, you know, good weapon. Is it as good as the power fist? No, but still pretty damn good. And I feel like a lot. Sorry about that. I don't know if you heard that. Sorry. Power sword. You know, I feel like a lot of the community use the power sword, and rightly so. This thing is pretty good. It's, you know, R1 attack, where you attack, wait a little, and then do a little spinny thing. Can clear swarms pretty quickly, and you know, you know what, I'm gonna put it S tier, because you know, you have the Xena faceplate as well, which makes it even better. So it's gonna be an S tier. I know, yeah, it's just very nice, and it's good against both Tyranids and Chaos. So yeah, pretty damn good. Now the Stalker bolt rifle is pretty damn good. Now in terms of where, I probably put it like either like here or here. It doesn't really matter. Stalker bolt rifle. Oh, there's one reason why I absolutely actually. Do I put it here? I put it here, right? But there's one thing that I absolutely love about the Stalker bolt rifle, and the last, I forgot about to mention the, you know, the last fusel as well, and I guess the, you know, the bolt sniper rifle, but I feel like these two weapons are better. They absolutely destroy zone thropes. Oh my. Oh. One thing that I'm pretty sure we can all agree on is we absolutely hate zone thropes, and when they're just sitting there bubbling each other up, don't worry, my friend, just watch them drop. Because if you're using like the headshot multiplier one, or in my opinion the one you should be using is the rate of fire one, just watch that zone thrope, neurothrope, just watch their health just drop. And that's why I love these, you know, the last fusel Stalker bolt rifle. That it's just so damn good. Genuinely, it's just so damn good. And not only that, you know, it's not just all zone thropes, neurothropes. It's very good against normal Tyranids. Now, obviously, minority enemies are going to be a problem, but you're not going to be using the Stalker bolt rifle, right? You're going to be using whatever, you're probably on melee or whatever. But, you know, just trust, it's such a satisfying weapon to use, man, and just so good. Now, the Thunder Hammer is probably going to be a B tier weapon. Now, the reason why I'm going to go B tier is, one, again, power fist, power sword, chainsword, in my opinion, are all better. Now, it is, I guess, somewhat fun to use. It's just, like, in my opinion, it's not beginner friendly. It's not a beginner friendly weapon. Again, you kind of have to know when to take hits and when to not, because like the thing is with the power fist and the thunder hammer is like your attacks are going to be coming from charge attacks, right? And you know, with the thunder hammer, if you're going to use the, I'm pretty sure it's called aftershock, it can be a little bit annoying, because like whenever you're trying to use aftershock, an enemy wants to hit you, like multiple enemies want to hit you, it's just annoying, you know, trying to like get it off, and it can be a little bit overwhelming for new players as well. That's why it's going to be, you know, B tier. It's pretty fun to use. It's just kind of outclassed by majority of the melee weapons in the game. Now we have the knife, combat knife, and in my opinion, it's not as good as the chainsword, but it's still pretty good. So I'm gonna put an A tier. Now, in terms of boss damage, this thing will do pretty damn good. And if we're gonna use the heroic one, it's like if you get a perfect dodge, you can deal 120% damage and you stack it up, but you can't actually stack it up or whatever. If you're gonna use the combat knife and your what's it called? Let's go ahead to the perk tree, and you're gonna use shadow stab, and you're gonna pair that up with tactical ambush. We're gonna be dealing a lot of damage, especially again once that neurothrope sits down again. But then again, the sniper just shits on neurothropes and whatever. But let's say if it is down, and same thing for the carnivores as well. Let's say you just went into your camo cloak, and let's say you get tactical there with you if you are playing with friends or whatever. Tactical has the tactical all specs boss damage built in, just sitting there waiting. You go into a camo cloak, you hold 1, 2, wait for your knife to go 3 times. You're going to deal a lot of damage, and this thing is just good for that, dealing damage. It's good. Only thing it struggles with is obviously Minora swarming. This thing cannot clear swarms for their life, but in terms of dealing damage, it's there. Which one would I use? I'd use the block version. I feel like the block version is probably the better one out of fencing, but yeah, A tier. Now, Inferno pistol. This weapon is probably B tier. Now, if you want me to be completely honest, I am not a fan of the bolt pistol. Again, does not deal any sort of damage. You're going to be using this to clear swarms, and yeah, I mean, I just do not like it. And if you're going to use like again assault, and you're trying to use the the Inferno pistol, you're gonna have a very, very hard time. That is for sure. Yeah. Do not do that, please, for your own sake, unless you actually know what you're doing, because it will be hell for you. It's just, again, in my opinion, probably the worst secondary weapon in the game currently, because the bolt pistol got the heroic one, so you know what I mean. It's probably going to be B tier, and its gun strike range is limited. You can't, if there's like a certain gap between you and an enemy, you cannot hit them. So if you need a gun strike for an armor segment, and an enemy goes back, that gun strike then disappears, and then you're kind of left hanging. Which is why I do not like this weapon at all. I feel like damage wise, it's not there. The only reason that you are going to use this is to clear swarms, to clear Minora swarms, and sometimes that's not even that good. If I had to pick between which version, I'd pick the range one, in my opinion. Unless you're playing Assault Inferno, then I'd pick the ammo one, but don't do that for your own mental health, please. Now we have the it's the Pyroblaster. I think this is the Pyroblaster. Yeah, Pyroblaster. Now this one, without a doubt, easy S tier. This weapon is absolutely amazing. So damn good. And the reason why it's so damn good is because it's literally good at everything. Good, and I genuinely mean that. It's good at everything. You want to take out a swarm, this thing shits on minority enemies. You want to deal damage to majority enemies, you can do that. Extremists, you want to deal damage to them, you can do that. Terminus, oh my lord. Again, with the right perk and all specs, when it comes to the right perks, when it comes to all specs, you're going to be literally shitting on carnivores. It doesn't matter. Watch their health drop. This thing is amazing. I absolutely love this thing. Thank you, Saber Interactive, for adding this weapon. It's not only good and, well, quote unquote meta, though I don't really believe in meta. I'm more of a just use whatever you want type of guy. But it's not only good, it's fun to use, and this thing is genuinely amazing. You might think, oh, well, ammo wise, how does it hold up? You might think it's bad, but to be fair, it's actually pretty good. So it's not only good at everything, it's good, it's fun to use. What more do you want in a weapon? This thing is genuinely good. and I absolutely love it. Easy S tier without a doubt. Now we have the power axe. Now, in my opinion, and I feel like when a lot of other people are kind of disappointed with this weapon. We were so excited for it, so happy for it, only for it to be mediocre. It's gonna be probably here, man. And the reason why I'm going to put it B tier is because its damage, like I'm talking damage wise, is literally non-existent. It absolutely sucks. You do no damage, you like literally zero. For you to do any sort of damage, you have to do the the little rake, or I think it's a power rake or whatever. I don't know what it's called. Let's just say power rake. It's not called the power rake because that's with the power sword, but the little thing that you do after a perfect parry. And then gun strikes. That's the only ways you're gonna be able to deal damage. And in my opinion, in terms of which one's better, I'd probably say the fencing one's better. Because if you're going to go for the block one, you're going to be doing literally no damage. So please pick the fencing one. And yeah, I mean, it is fun when you're going to use the, I think it's called armor reinforcement. Gun strike damage gives you an armor segment. It's pretty good, but in terms of boss damage and damage in general, it's non-existent. And yeah, that's the only problem I have with it. And the one thing I do not like about this weapon as well is, let's say you're doing a little combo and whatever, and let's say you're in the middle of a combo, you can't back out of that combo and you're just there. And let's say the enemy decides to hit you, you're kind of just stranded. And the game pretty much says, fuck you, and you can't move, right? So you're going to have to take that damage. It's another thing I do not like about this weapon. So please, Saber Interactive, increase this weapon's base damage, please, because it's not great. It is not great. Now we have the Pyro Cannon, and in my opinion, S tier as well. I genuinely love these weapons a lot, and I mean a lot. It's very, very, very good. And again, the reason why it's good, it's good at everything, and it's fun to use. Pretty much all the points I made for the Pyro Blaster, you can literally make for the Pyro Cannon. It is very, very good. And yeah, now the Instigator Bolt Carbine. Now, so this is pretty much a 3-round burst. Now, in terms of where I would put it, I'd probably put a B tier. Now, when it comes to, Vanguard, I feel like it is one of the worst weapons that, he can use. I feel like if you are going to pick one, I'd probably pick the Ammo Reserve one. For feeling a little bit courageous, you can go for the headshot multiplier 1.81 with the accuracy +3. But in my opinion, this weapon again is just outclassed by like majority of the bolt weapons. It's probably the worst weapon when it comes to Vanguard. It's just not as good, if you want me to be completely honest. It's decent, I guess, but then again, it's not amazing, is it? Clearing swarms, you're not gonna be able to do that. Chaos, woof, don't even think about taking this to Chaos, because I haven't used it, but I'm pretty sure it's not that great. Against Tyranids, it's mediocre at best. And yeah, that's pretty much the tier list. Let me know what you guys agree with, disagree with in the comment section down below. What buffs what buffs should weapons get? And where would you put some weapons in this tier list? Do you agree with some of the stuff I did, most of the stuff, or do you not agree at all? Let me know in the comment section down below. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'm out. Peace.